Hey, what is going on, everybody? Boilon here, back for another video on Marvel Strike Force. Welcome to Tuesday. Welcome to day 2 of Blue Marvel, and welcome to day 2 of Chapter 3. Okay, I just wanted to get that out of the way because I'm in a bit of a weird weird feeling, I guess, for lack of better words, right now. After kind of the end of yesterday's video, where we kind of found out that well, now we only have 28, no, less now, like 27 days until the end of the Blue Marvel Red Stars. And this really bothers me, actually, and it didn't quite hit home, I guess, until towards the end of the video and after I had some time to think on it and sleep and all that. Because there's a lot of reasons why this was a massive bait and switch by Scopely over what they said previously on a blog for I'm gonna say Scopely. I don't want to place the blame necessarily on Community Manager Pathfinder. That being said, I think that this is a really bad look for not only the community managers, but everyone at Scopely for fucking around with this and basically going from a 2-month schedule to less than 1 month. And I think this is absolutely insane. I want to talk about this a little bit more. So if you're ready to go, everybody, let's boil this down. Now, before we get too deep into the rants, you might have seen this on the screen when you logged in yesterday, I guess it was. So, obviously, we know there's new teams every month, right? Team 3, Team 4, this is basically team for December, team for January. And this kind of goes a little bit hand in hand with what I want to talk about later. But we know that every year around December, usually around mid-December, I think it's like, I want to say like December 14th, somewhere in that second week, end of the second week, where Scopely basically goes on holiday and they're gone for quite some time, right? Like they're gone for over at least a month, right? Until like the middle of January. And so I was wondering, what teams are this going to be? Last time we had, I think, oh crap, what was in November? What was after Night Stalk? Oh, Absolute A-Force. We had Absolute A-Force, and then we also had the Uncanny Avengers with the Hercules and Jean Grey, and I actually really liked that. And so I kind of hope they do something like that again. I think that these two teams that we're gonna get, I'm just throwing it out there, and it's just speculation, that it could be an Avengers-based team around Wonder Man, which is coming out, I think later this year, at the end of the year, maybe. I actually I don't remember the exact time. And then a 2099 team, maybe. They talked about that in one of the live streams, that this was possibly going to happen. Maybe that's going to be after this, maybe after Chapter 3, maybe it's beyond next year for that. But I think that they're going to need to bring out a new global team. Because they either need to, well, I'm kind of hoping they axe the Spotlight raid. But they do need to bring out a new global team, basically, to replace the Uncanny Avengers. Or to replace Alpha Flight, of course, if they still keep that. But Uncanny Avengers came out like towards the back of December into January, where we had Jean Grey and Hercules, and then we had Absolute A-Force, and Kahori, I think, came out like in the beginning of December. I think in terms of teams, it's going to be like one global raid team, and I guess it's going to be a Crucible team, right? So the 2099 team would be really, really cool because, we do have some of those existing characters. Well, we have, of course, Spider-Man 2099, who kind of deserves a rework, but it could be like a Punisher 2099, because I think we voted on a couple of them. We also had a Deadpool 2099. The failed votes. I believe was it Punisher 2099, or maybe it was just Deadpool. But there is like a 2099 team that's going to be coming around the corner. So I mean, this is possible. In terms of, isn't there a Ghost Rider 2099? I don't know. Maybe I should stop using that saying 2099. Anyways, I just wanted to talk about that in the beginning before we get any further. So this is why I'm upset. Zoom out a bit. Let's go into full screen mode. There we go. My square is still in the way. Oh well, whatever. Race to Blue Marvel. So this was the original blog post that came out on October 15th, I believe it was. That was about like 3 weeks ago. While Blue Marvel's powers can single-handedly alter a battle, combine his antimatter abilities with red stars to crush all those who stand in your way. blah, 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 Race to Blue Marvel event. While this event will last through the end of the year, earning as many red stars as fast as possible will ensure you'll stay ahead one step ahead of your competition. We will have the details in an upcoming blog, which I don't think there really was any updates to this other than maybe just on Friday where they talked about, I think, earning red stars, but they didn't even say, like, it wasn't very clear, right, until we actually got it in the game yesterday. Here's why I have the problem, and I'm sure, I hope a lot of you think this is bullshit as well, especially for those of you who are more, maybe even hardcore free-to-play inclined, right, who push the leaderboard events quite strongly, and, wanted to get as far as you could. I'll be honest, like, I don't know if I'm going to get much more than a 2 red on this. So, just to kind of backtrack a little bit, because I did do those 2 nodes before. I know some content creators are further ahead than me, but right, like I'm not flat out buying purple 5, so I can't do that. But node 3 with the tier purple 5 conquerors, that doesn't even get you the 2 red. You actually have to enter cosmic, which is fine because it's level 4, but you still need to have your cosmic grouping at purple 5 in order to enter this node, and then that's it. This is 2 red right here. The cosmic section is 2 red. It's absolutely wild. And so you don't even get a 3 red until you get into the now this should be doable, I suppose, right? Like if you've done cosmic 5 purple 5, you should be able to enter city purple 4, right? Like you should be able to do this, I think. So the bare minimum, and you know what, I'm not even sure if I'm gonna get here, because currently as it sits, as you guys know, I fucked up and blew purple 5 icons on Iron Fist, so I kind of fucked myself here a little bit. So where is where am I currently sitting at? So I have a purple 5 on Sue. I did this for my leaderboard payout from the Curse of Eternity, and I guess some of the free claims, right? I accidentally screwed myself on Iron Fist, so I have 3 crystals here, but I'm not going to finish it because I can't use them in Cosmic anyways, right? So I have to kind of pivot back to Cosmic characters, so I need to, before this goes away. I haven't even started on Franklin yet, so this would be my 2nd character. And I would need about 2.6 million. So I need another 2 million or so just to finish Franklin. And then like another 7.5 million. So I need like 9.5 million purple 5 ions, or maybe 9 million or so from here, to clear the cosmic section. And Curse of Eternity, I don't think it's still here, right? I don't think it's still in the event section. No, it's not. Okay. So Curse of Eternity, I was top 2,500 and I got 2 million purple 5. Like that's it. So I don't know how anyone in the top 2,500 of leaderboards, unless they double it for this next one that's coming on Friday. Right, this is going to be a power core based leaderboard, so get your power cores ready for that. Unless they double it, I don't know how it's possible that I even get my cosmic finished before this blue marvel goes away, which means I might just be sitting on a 2 red, 1 red, 1 red blue marvel. Like, this is utter bullshit. And it got me thinking, like, what really made Blue Marvel epic? Right? Because we knew what epic stood for before. That it was basically time-gated, it was vaulted. They actually coined the term vaulted, basically, when they were using it to talk about Captain Britain last year. Last year? Was it last year? About a year and a half ago now? And so the epic part for me now thinks it's the red stars, because being stuck at a 1 red is pretty much garbage, right? Let's be real. And it actually made me not understand, but like I have been talking to other players who said that they have a 0 red Xavier, right? I got lucky that I managed to get a 4 red, I guess, before the race to Xavier went away. This was 2 months, and I got a 4 free to play. And I pushed really hard. I always push really hard on leaderboards. I hoard, you guys know I hoard power cores and energy and all this stuff to be able to use on events. And I got a 4 red Xavier. And that's for not spending really, that's fine. Okay? Some people are unlocking Xavier as 0 red, right? Like, they don't actually give any red stars when you finish him. I thought that was crazy. I actually forgot. Like, I didn't even know that. And it kind of just hit me yesterday, or when I was reading through Discord and stuff like that. Absolutely wild. Like, some people sitting on like a 2 red Xavier, some people like a 0 red Xavier. It's absolutely insane. And then where's Odin? Right? So Odin was, I guess, also the first time they had a race to Odin. Now, one thing that I want to point out is that I did push really hard on the purple 3, or the purple ions. It was like the purple ions, the original purple ions, to get to purple 3 for Odin, and I managed to get him within 2 months, which means that I picked up myself a 7 red, which was pretty crazy. Like this was not easy to do. I think I did this within 1 week remaining, but this is much different than, say, a 1 red blue Marvel, right? Red stars do matter for stats. Like, even up, I would say 4 red is where it kind of matters. Like if you have less than 4 red, the character's kind of garbage. And Blue Marvel is a character that is very stat reliant, but he's like a damage based character, right? So everything that he does, he's not a kit based character, right? He scales with damage. And by having only a 1 red, maybe I have a 7 yellow, 1 red, but that's going to be significantly different than even a 7 yellow, 4 red, right? Like, I'm not even going to say 7-7, but even 7-4, like, it's a pretty big difference. And I think this is bullshit that Scopely's going back. And this comment here, right? So this is where it all. I should have got to this earlier on. I should have. So Time Splitter, who is quite commonly in my Discord, Mobile Gamers, Twitch stream, and all that stuff, basically approached Pathfinder and asked him about this, right? Because of what's in Pathfinder says what's in game is correct. The blog has been updated. So this is just total bullshit, because Scopely saves their asses, because at the very bottom of the blogs, they always say something is subject to change, right? And that's because of shit like this. But I'm not going to let this go, and I don't think that you guys should either. So I don't remember, but apparently this was the case that back when Xavier was running, I think maybe it was Odin. Someone can correct me. That originally it was like 30 days, and then they actually extended it to 60 days because of the outcry. And I'm not I'm not saying that we should give Scopely a pass if they suddenly give us 60 days, because this is just bait and switch shit. But the reason why is because I saw this comment on Mobile Gamer's video by Zastin3. They lied to us, and they have been marketing it to us as a 60-day unlock. They need to change this. They have been selling leaderboard after leaderboard with this in mind. I guess if we consider, I suppose, Purple 4, some of the Purple 4 leaderboards, and then the Curse of Eternity leaderboard, players have made financial decisions based on this. And they probably, and some very well may have, right? And who have decided to spend or not spend because they thought that they would have 2 months. And maybe spending patterns would have been a lot different had they known that it was only going to be a 28-day event. Also, I want to share this photo, also by Time Splitter, who beat a Blue Marvel in Real-Time Arena. I just think it was a little bit funny. However, I do want to point out that Blue Marvel has significant bonuses on defense, which does not apply to Real-Time Arena. So things like arena defense, PvP defense, all this stuff. It's actually, there's a lot of defense-based text in there that makes him a lot stronger. He has a very insane kit, and it's like a essay, so I'm not going to go over it here. And then on Reddit, there hasn't really been that much talk, I suppose, and I'm a bit surprised. There was this post here, 28 days to get red stars for Blue Marvel is really depressing, including my own, only had like 25 upvotes, right? And then there was this post, Blue Marvel is in the store for $600, which had 68 upvotes. But to be honest, between the two of them, I'm surprised. Like, I know Reddit's really fallen off in terms of like activity, and I don't know if this is because active members of the community are quitting more and more every day and every week based on some of the decisions that Scopely is making, because they really don't give a shit about the community. Like, I don't care what they try to tell you in the live streams or the strike spots or whatever. Scopely doesn't give a fuck about you. Okay, they care about money. They've always cared about money, but they do shit like this. They do tons of player unfriendly decisions. Shop credits is still not in a position. I'm not even going to talk about shop credits, but like so many things are not in the positions where they need to be, and this is just a clear, obvious slap in the face to the player base, right? So they maybe, we'll see what happens, right? Maybe there'll be enough outcry that, and I hope that people keep talking about this, because this is damn bullshit. I swear, if I walk away with a 2 red blue Marvel, that's going to be absolute dog shit, because comparatively, I'm not saying it should be a 7, right? I pushed really hard on Odin, but I'm just using that as a benchmark, because I pushed really hard on Odin, and I still managed to get a 7 red Odin and a 4 red Xavier, right? So I would think, or they need to bring back the red stars when you clear the fucking mode, right? Like when I get a 7 yellow blue Marvel, just give me a fucking 2 or 3 red blue Marvel. Like the fact that they don't that some people later on after this goes away could just walk away with a 7 yellow 0 red blue Marvel is just absolutely it's a spitting in her face. Scopely spitting in her face. I don't know what else to say. I'm actually pretty upset about this, and I don't like the direction that this is headed. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments down below and how you feel about that. And I don't know, we'll see where we go from here. That's it for now, everybody, and I'll see you guys all on the next video. And if you like this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and you'll be greatly helping out the channel. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys on the next one.